You wanna dance? In the world's most famous sporting city, together we laid the foundations. Passionate fans, fierce rivalries, the best people, moments that take your breath away.
To win the derby for City!
Melbourne City, in our name and in our hearts. We've cheered, we've cried. Right now we're being tested like never before. From Victoria's devastating bushfires to a pandemic that's forced us into lockdown, we're fighting adversity at home. But this city is resilient.
I believe on our strengths. I'm sure we have a chance to win something.
This city has heart.
Oh, brilliant!
It has soul. We never give up, whatever the challenge. We gather strength as we go. We are a city together.
A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Clint Stanaway.
And I'm Natalie Unides.
Firstly, apologies about the delay. We've just got so much to cram in tonight that we're just doing all our last checks. And thankfully, it is showtime right here, right now. Welcome, on behalf of the club, to the Melbourne City Player of the Year Awards in support of the Citizens Giving for Recovery, a night where we're going to reflect on the season that was, also celebrating the significant contributions. There were so many made by a number of people within this great club. And finally, crown the 2019-2020 Melbourne City Player of the Year, Nat.
Yeah, of course, looking forward to that. Clint, this season marked the 10th anniversary of the club, and what a season it has been. Our A-League side made it into its first grand final and qualified for the Asian Champions League following its highest ever finish on the ladder. Our W-League team made history with a fourth championship in just 5 seasons, and our youth sides continue to grow in the Y-League and NPL competitions, while we equally expand further into grassroots with the launch of city football schools in Australia.
There's a lot going on.
I know, there is certainly. It's been a big year, that's for sure. And furthermore, of course, our city and the community team have been making great strides towards an ambitious fundraising target of, get this, $100,000, all of which will go towards our Citizens Giving for Recovery project, which sees Melbourne City join forces with a local food rescue organisation, Second Bite, to help reintegrate kids into schools following the devastating effects of COVID-19, which of course are being felt right here in Melbourne and around Australia. The top things off City Football Group have pledged to match every dollar raised up to that $100,000. So please, please, please show your support tonight and your dollar will be doubled.
There's so many ways to get involved. We're going to hear about them very, very shortly, but there is a great raffle. Details on the website, of course, and on our screen a bit later. There's a luxury trip to the #1 golf resort at Silverwood. I've got my eye on that one. And plus you can also win Jamie's golden boot. Not the actual golden boot, Nat. The golden boot. That's in our auction coming up very, very shortly, so much to look forward to. This evening, though, we congratulate the players for their hard work and tireless commitment throughout the season, so please join with me in welcoming our men's, women's and youth teams tonight. Tonight, we'd also like to make special welcome and thanks our Vice Chairman, Simon Pearce, who's with the team in Sydney. Hi to you, Simon. Also, our CEO, Brad Rouse, who joins us on the link from Melbourne. He's going to join us very, very shortly. Special thanks also to Eric Mombert and our Melbourne City coaches, players, partners and families. And of course, our club partners, so many great supporters. Our principal partner, Etihad Airways, major partners, Host Plus, La Trobe Universities, McDonald's, Nexon Tyre, Puma, SAP and all of our other valued partners and ambassadors of the club that have been with us right throughout this season. And of course, a really big welcome to all our fans joining us on Facebook and YouTube. Many of us, of course, joined us the hugely successful City Live program in the back end of the season and also through finals for the first ever tonight Melbourne City Player Awards. To officially start proceedings, we're ready to proceed, Nat. It's a big welcome to our Vice Chairman. Very shortly, Simon Pearce. There's been a lot going on around the club. Obviously, there's been a finals campaign, Nat, and that culminated last night in the grand final. Obviously, it was a little bit disappointing, but so many great building blocks for the club.
Oh, absolutely, Clint. When you consider how long the boys have been away from home, it's not easy. The mental strain that would have on the players, the resilience that they've shown being up in Sydney in that bubble for such a long period of time, to really come out and play so well last night. Let's face it. I mean, let's not mention the VAR, but I mean, it was a very gallant performance, and it has been a fantastic season, and nothing can take away from that.
Absolutely. We do thank the fans. Many of us were able to get to AAMI Park right through the season and live and breathe city football. So many great strides have been made by this club. Of course, the FFA Cup, and also culminating in the A-League Grand Final. Let's hear now from our CEO, Brad Rouse, who joins us on the link. Brad, a very good evening to you.
Yeah, thanks, Clint. How are you?
Very well, thank you. You're looking very dapper there. Got the City shirt behind you and a great Janet Jackson headset as well.
Exactly. I haven't done one of these with a headset before, but it's a sign of the times.
Tell us about the campaign. Just speak to us last night, just about the pride you must have felt as the CEO. The boys, obviously, unfortunately, couldn't lift the trophy, but there's so many great strides that we've made this year.
Yeah, Clint, I think, look, having been at the club since its inception, and we're celebrating our 10th year this year, I couldn't be prouder. I mean, I think just getting to the grand final has been a long time coming, and it's been incremental steps. I think the building blocks have been slowly coming together, and you could tell this season in particular. I was talking to Rado while we were waiting online before that. When Eric arrived, and the first a couple of weeks almost, you could get a palpable difference and a sense of something different happening around the club upon his arrival. And it's been a sensational season and very disrupted, but absolutely delighted to see, after all this time, to see us get into the big dance in the grand final. And credit to the boys, they gave it absolutely everything, and it's one of those games that could have gone either way, and unfortunately it wasn't our way.
Of course, it was Eric's first season in charge of this side, Brad. Just how impressed have you been with how he's taken on the A-League and really got the boys playing quite an attacking brand of football in just 12 months?
Yeah, look, absolutely. I think he's just a wealth of experience. You can tell he's been in the traps. He's seen it all before. He's very, very cool, calm and collected. He's, almost everything that's happened, whether it's, a devastating loss we didn't plan for or getting way behind at half time. He's just absolutely a picture of calmness. He's done it all before, and has been absolutely fantastic. And I think, tactically and bringing on the City style of football, he's delivered in spades. So we've been absolutely wrapped with Eric's contribution.
Brad, we don't just celebrate the efforts of the A-League side tonight, it's also the Y-League, the W-League, both of which you must sit here as a CEO just oozing pride tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll talk about the W-League a bit later, but, it's 4 championships out of 5 years, and this was just unprecedented this season because we won literally everything you could possibly win, undefeated, and it's just an incredible season. So hats off to Rado who coached us to that outcome. But it's been an incredible team. I think that's 4 championships out of 5 years has been incredible.
All right, Brad, we're going to check in with you very, very shortly. I did allude to the fact that Simon was standing by in Sydney. I believe we do have a link established to him right here, right now. There he is. Good to see you, Simon Pearce. It's a very good evening to you.
Hi there, Clint. How are you?
Going very well, thank you. A special night, no doubt, for you and the team.
Yeah, look, I think it's just an opportunity, given where we are and what's happened over the last 24 hours, to reflect properly on the season. And as we look to celebrate all the achievements of the players, I think it's really important that everybody watching tonight, everybody at home, everybody within the club understands that, this is a moment to be hugely proud of everything that's been achieved. The way we played the game, the way that everything was left out in the field. It's something that we've aimed for a very long time. It's a City blueprint, and it was delivered in spades yesterday by the team. I couldn't be prouder. The board couldn't be prouder. I spoke to the chairman overnight, who, like every fan, watched the game, and his reaction was the same as all of us. I think there's nothing missing in last night's performance except the award of silverware, and it's what the performance deserved. It's what the team spirit deserved. It's what the effort deserved. It was just, with football, sometimes it just doesn't happen. We're in an incredibly strong position, and I think that's from an ownership standpoint, from and hopefully from a fan standpoint, everybody understands that this is a watershed moment. We've built a club ethos, a club philosophy over the last few years. We don't look at things year by year. We look at them over a multi-year time horizon. And as a result of that, we can just be incredibly proud of all of the statistics that were reeled off at the top of the show. Qualification for Asia, a chance to go and explore new frontiers there. 2 finals. There's 2 competitions we can enter, and we're in the finals of both of them. Our women's team, our youth teams, everything is performing at the level that we wanted to get to. And I think most significantly, we now know the standard that we've set ourselves year in, year out. And this is where we want to be. And what was amazing was to see, the disappointment, but also the understanding yesterday that this is table stakes for the club that we want to be. So it's been an incredible year. I want to thank all the players, all of their families, all of the staff here in the bubble, all of those who supported back in Melbourne. I want to thank Scott for his captaincy. It's been incredible. Eric, PK, Neil, the coaching staff, all the supporting staff. This is a club with a great future. And what was wonderful last night was to watch our whole squad be involved in that game. And never a moment of weakness, just pure, continued City football for 120 minutes. And it'll be a performance that lives long in the memory.
Simon, you mentioned that you're so proud of the players. Of course, we're all really proud of the performance, particularly given they've been up in that hub up in Sydney for such a long period of time. You mentioned that it was a real watershed moment last night. Can you really see a new era for this football club on the horizon in the short term?
I think, we've been building to this for some time, and we may have got there later than planned, but you can see the fundamentals are exactly where you'd want them to be. The display of youth, the building blocks are all there. And if you look at, the development of clubs in cycles, and, City Football Group has a number of clubs around the world, so we have benchmarks of all of our staff here can tap into. And, we know that this is a very positive point on a cycle of development. The art is to sustain it, not just for one cycle, but 2 cycles, 3 cycles. And I think we've got to that starting point, and there's great awareness within the club of exactly where we are and exactly where we can get to. So, I think it's not just a short-term opportunity. It's actually a multi-year opportunity, and it's up to us to do the work and sustain it over many cycles to come.
And look, Simon, together is much more than just a catch cry. This club is together from all things A-League, W-League, Y-League. And then you mentioned the fans before. Many of them would have loved to have been there last night, but they've been in lockdown in Melbourne. I know tonight's all about the players and celebrating the achievements of them, and rightly so. But if you have a message for that City Army tonight, what is it?
Yeah, look, I just thank you. I mean, I know the messages that came through, the social media content, that the enthusiasm for everything that was going on. The message is this: you've stuck with the club for so long. We're there delivering in the way that I hope you'd always wanted us to. And I think, thank you for the support. Thank you for the ongoing efforts to see this club succeed.
Simon, great stuff tonight. What is the mood of the players there? Just we want to be a fly on the wall there. Just paint a picture for us.
Well, I'm in a different room at the moment, but I'm going to sneak back and spend some time with the players. They've been very well behaved, given it's the last day before they come back to Victoria. So I'm just going to do the discreet thing and calmly watch the rest of the proceedings.
Simon, thank you for your time. We'll check in with you a bit later, but congratulations to you and to the entire executive team as well at Melbourne City.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Simon. As we mentioned that off the top of the show tonight, we are coming together tonight in support of the COVID-19 emergency response. City Football Group and its 9 clubs have come together to launch the Citizens Giving for Recovery campaign. Let's learn now more about this fantastic initiative.
All around the world, together, we have been facing a health emergency. Heroes have risen to challenges they had never imagined. Many have suffered enormous loss.
Now it's time to help our communities get back on their feet.
Now is the time for City Football Group, our 9 clubs, thousands of staff and millions of fans to make a difference. Giving our time, giving our expertise, giving our resources, and giving our voice.
Now is the time to come back together for recovery. Today, we can look forward and make a positive difference.
Citizens Giving for Recovery. Get involved. Donate now.
I don't know about you, Clint, but I absolutely love those videos. They're so passionate. Of course, City and the Community's foundation primary objective is to develop and grow the club's existing football programs to create positive social impact.
Yeah, that's right. Here in Victoria, Melbourne City FC joins forces with local food rescue organisation Second Bite, assisting children in returning to education by offering free football programs, which is great, and food for families impacted by COVID-19. Not only that, CFG have actually pledged to match every dollar raised towards that cause. So please, if you can, I know it's tough, but please, if you can, get involved, donate now, and there's other ways to get involved. Of course, the raffle will be happening and will close just after 8 o'clock tonight, I believe. And then also there's plenty of great auction items up for grabs as well.
Yeah, absolutely right. Of course, there is plenty happening tonight. There was plenty happening on the field last night, and now it's all about the off-field awards. Our Foxtel Y-League side put in another positive season, going 6 of the 8 games unbeaten, with a number of players also playing their part in the seniors side in what is looking like a pretty exciting future for the club, you'd have to say. Foxtel's Y-League team have had a successful season. We've already mentioned that they had 6 of the 8 games unbeaten. Of course, the Golden Boot in Moody Najjar, 5 goals. There was 85% passing accuracy, just to name a couple of the big stats, of course, and to present our first award of the evening, Y-League Player of the Year. Could I please welcome Director of Football, Michael Petrello, who doesn't seem to be there. He's probably celebrating a little bit too much after what's been a pretty successful season, you have to say.
Absolutely. Let's hear a bit more about Second Bite, though, because they're a great food rescue organisation here in Melbourne. We're just going to capture a little bit more about that organisation.
Hello, I'm Sally Williams, Ambassador for Second Bite, and welcome to the Melbourne City Football Club Virtual Player of the Year Awards. We are thrilled to be partnered with Melbourne City Football Club to raise funds to support children returning to education with fresh, nutritious food and study and football programs. And for those of you who don't know, Second Bite are a national food rescue organisation, diverting perfectly edible food from heading to landfill and providing it to charitable agencies who run community food programs. You know, in the past year, over 5 million people in Australia could not afford or didn't have access to edible, nutritious food. And sadly, this number continues to rise on the back of the economic impact of COVID-19. The support that Second Bite provides allows people doing it tough to feed their families and not have to choose between eating or paying a household bill. I encourage you to head to the Melbourne City Football Club website and donate whatever you can, because every little bit will help. In fact, every $1 Second Bite receives from this campaign will be able to provide 5 meals to one person in need. So $1 equates to 5 meals. So we certainly appreciate your donations. Thank you so much for your support. And hey, go City!
Yeah, just goes to show, of course, this is more than just a football club. There's so much else going on off the field as well. Okay, we are going to present our first award of the evening. We're eventually going to get there. You know what? Zoom can be difficult.
It can be at the best of times. I mean, we worked on City Live right through this campaign, and I learned a lot about technology and about Zoom as well. But it is time to present the Y League Player of the Year. Michael, I promise, will be with us very, very shortly. But it's a big congratulations, Nat, too.
Yes, of course, to Rafael Borges Rodriguez. He is our Y League Player of the Year, a fantastic season for him, and also had a few games in the Melbourne City seniors side as well. So a big congratulations to Raf, who is of course up there in Sydney, probably having a little bit more fun than what Melbourne lockdown life is like, unfortunately.
Right, You're right. No, but it just goes to show, and I know Simon spoke to this very, just a few moments ago about the depth currently around the City Football Group, more broadly, but here in Melbourne as well. I know the CFG are incredibly proud of the sort of seeds that continue to be sown here in Melbourne. Let's check in now with Ben Price. He's our Melbourne-based entertainer who is going to be delivering, I don't know, a few lols tonight. Everyone needs a good lol.
We weren't enough.
Because there's awards to come right after Ben. G'day, Ben.
Thank you so much. And I want to say well done to everyone. For Melbourne City, you did a fantastic job, and you certainly did Melbourne City very proud. And I live in Melbourne, and so not a lot to be excited about in Lockdown 4, which sounds like the sequel to a very bad movie. And talking about movie stars, I know you guys had a lot of great messages of support from people, and I have brought some A-list movie stars to give you some extra support because of how great you all did. And so I've got, this is amazing, from Australia to Austria, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. I want to say, well done to everybody at Melbourne City. You did a great job. Trust me, next year you'll be back. I know it, because I love soccer. When I was a kid playing in Austria, I would always play soccer in the backyard. But then I realized you couldn't use your hands, and I wanted to bodybuild and get strong. But listen, if ever I was to do a movie, I would love to be a goalie, because then I could use my hands like Tom Glover, who, as far as I'm concerned, is the man of the match. He did a fantastic job, and I would play you in the movie, because if I can play Mr. Freeze, of course I can play the Snowman. But I don't know if I could play these days. I'm so old. You know, instead of I'll be back, it's my back. Well, thank you, Arnie. We're going to cross to another message of support, and this is unbelievable. We've got Homer Simpson who wanted to say something. It's Homer Simpson here. Woo! You guys made the first grand final for Melbourne City. But you just missed out. Go! I've been saying "do" a lot lately when we were in lockdown. Do! Somebody give me the number for 911. But then I realized, wait, I might get a case of corona, and I get to sit on the couch and watch TV in my pajamas and watch Melbourne City play soccer for months, doing nothing. Woohoo! It's the happiest day of my life. So thank you so much. Well, thank you, Homer. And look, I know there's a lot of Brits involved in soccer, and some of the players, some of the fans, and so I know that for a fact because I could hear some whinging. But no, I seriously, I've gone to their Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, for a message of support. Right, thank you so much. Yes, it is Boris Johnson here, and well done to all the players of Melbourne City, and great effort, yes, did very well. I know Scott Jamieson, your usual captain, wasn't able to be there because he's got a newborn, and I know what that's like. We've got a newborn as well, and so there's been lots of crying and whinging and tantrums, and well, that's just from me really, because it's hard trying to run the country. And I also had the coronavirus, you might have read in the news, and I went to go and get a checkup from my doctor. He said, you look pasty, your hair's all over the place, you're trying to think of words to say. I said, good, back to normal, brilliant, thank you so much.
Thanks, Benny. I might challenge him to do an impersonation of you a bit later. No?
I'm sure it can't be too hard. Just put... You know what? Just go on.
Okay, thank you. Hey, as we mentioned before, many ways to get involved, one of which is by obviously supporting this great auction for Citizens for Recovery. Jamie's Golden Boot, a replica of which is one of the items up for grabs. It will close in just a few short minutes. We will have a clock at the bottom of your screen very shortly, I believe. Some 5 minutes to go until bidding closes on that. So please get involved and be assured that all the money is going to a terrific cause, supporting the great work done by City in the community. It's now time to present some of our club awards. We did have a technical difficulty getting to Sydney, but thankfully the link at the moment is very, very strong to Melbourne. So let's introduce again our CEO, Brad Rouse. G'day, Brad.
Hey, Clint, how are you?
Good, thank you. You've got a big award first up to present for us.
Yeah, this is a great one. It's one that's gives you a lot of joy to announce. The Clubman Award is presented to the A-League player who has best embodied the spirit, character and values of Melbourne City, both on and off the field. And I know you'll agree that this guy is the epitome of the clubman. He has high standards, demands excellence from others, sets the standards himself, and genuinely cares about each and every member of the team. It can be none other than Captain Scott Jamieson. Well done, Jamo.
Thank you very much. Guys, Zoom is going on auto mute, but I'll get mine.
Yeah, very warm congratulations to Scott Jamieson, an amazing leader at the football club, and he joins us now. Jamo, good evening to you.
Good evening, guys. How are you?
Very well, thanks, Scotty. Tell us about what it means to be the skipper of Melbourne City, to lead this tremendous club through what has been obviously a trying year in many respects, but a very satisfying year. Just falling short of the ultimate, but a satisfying year because we've come a long way in 2020.
Yeah, obviously the opportunity to join this club over 3 years ago was one I was very much looking forward to, and throughout those years, each year I've grown more and more affectionate towards the club and the people inside it. So, the opportunity to captain, first and foremost, a great bunch of players, but also, a great bunch of staff that are helping me each day in, day out, but also staff inside the office that don't get the accolades that they deserve. It truly is special. So, this award is something that I'm proud of, and I appreciate people, seeing that I did an okay job.
Jamo, it's Nat here. Obviously, it's been a big couple of weeks for you. Of course, you became a father. So firstly, how is fatherhood treating you, and just how difficult was it to make that decision to leave the boys in Sydney?
Yeah, thanks, Nat. Fatherhood, it's pretty straight up and down at the moment. All the little fella does is cry, shit, and eat. And unfortunately, I don't have much to do with him in any of those things. So my partner Vicky's been amazing. And in regards to leaving the group, it's probably the hardest decision I've made in my career to date. The view that I had was that this team would do something special, and that was based on the fact that from day one, as the players, the staff have all come together, and then going through COVID, what we went through in COVID, I had a big belief that this club would do something special. And like I said, the biggest decision I've ever had to make in my life, and it's unfortunate because up until a few days before, I was really contemplating trying to get back there, but a few complications with the birth meant that I did stay, and became one of the biggest fans going around because, as I said, I know how hard the players and the staff worked, and I was only proud to watch.
You mentioned little Cooper there, and you eloquently put what it's like being a baby. Add football to the mix, and it basically is a mini you, Scott Jamieson. But Jamie McLaren is one player. I just want to get a little bit of feedback from you tonight because we are auctioning, and the auction closes very, very shortly, a replica of his golden boot. He's been in outstanding touch right the way through this campaign. You must be chuffed to have him on your side, Scott.
Yeah, I am. I've known Macca probably for about 7-8 years, going back and playing in Perth Glory. And at that time, he was a young player trying to break into the team, but he was the hardest working player back then. And one thing that he never shied away from was hard work. And I'd have to say probably Macca is probably the player that has the most belief I've seen in a player. And coming back from the UK and Germany, he would like to have probably done better there. But when it comes to Macca in the A-League, he's going to score goals, and that's the case. He's been a great player, but also a very good player in our dressing room and a leader. And we're with the Socceroos number 9 on his back. We're very fortunate to have him. And with the Golden Boot this year, it was good to see him beat Lafondra and Barbarousse. Lafondra and Risha, yeah, that guy.
That bloke.
Of course, it's only a couple of months before we start talking about the next A-League season as well, but there's so much that's going to happen between then as well. Asian Champions League is also on the horizon, so there's plenty to look forward to from a City perspective, and some young kids coming through as well.
Yeah, there is. I think, like Simon touched on, this year was a real year that hopefully we'll look back on, and it was real the catalyst for success. Although we didn't win a trophy, we got the highest points. We made 2 finals, and we're in Asia. So for the club to do that, it's been an improvement year on since I've been here, and it's been no different this year. And next year is just going to be hopefully even better. There's an opportunity now. We've tasted it. We know what it takes to get there. And hopefully with no world crisis or anything like that, we can get the opportunity to hopefully stage a final in Melbourne and take on whoever we can.
Hey, Scotty, congratulations, mate. You are the epitome of a top clubman. Your selfless approach to your football and your teammates really a shining example to everyone else in the league. Congratulations, mate.
Thank you. I'd just like to also say a few thanks to a few people. Firstly, from the city and the community, a few donations were made. So bear with me. But Jackson Day, Trent Tetley and Emma Fern, thank you so much for your contributions to a great cause. Also to our fans, thank you so much for your support during the whole year. We would have obviously loved to have been in more contact with you for the last few months, but obviously COVID has been the catalyst for that not happening. To our sponsors who have stuck by us through such a tough time. We know businesses are going through a hell of a tough time, but you sticking by us is really a catalyst for us to keep working hard and keep improving, so we can make you guys proud along with the fans. And last of all, to my teammates and the staff in Sydney at the moment, it was some effort to get where we got to. We fell short, but I think the catalyst now is the improvement starts probably in 2 days after you wear off a few beers and enjoy yourselves. But it's time for us to come back bigger and stronger. And a big shout out to the staff there. They're the ones that don't get the accolades, but everyone from physios to Michael Petrillo, Pedge, Earl. I could name all of yous. Truly special people. You guys don't get the recognition that you do deserve. So enjoy your drink tonight for me, and I'll see you probably on Wednesday, Thursday, barking orders and complaining. So thank you once again, and I'll see you soon.
Well done, Scotty.
Yeah, so well said. I mean, a pretty obvious selection for Clubman, you'd have to say.
I thought so.
Excellent character. Now, the next award is the Employee of the Year, and this award recognises a staff member whose tireless work has best reflected the ethos and philosophy of Melbourne City FC. We are going to head to Brad, who would like to announce the winner for us.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Look, tonight's about recognising the players and outstanding achievements. It's the football staff, and also recognises all the staff that sit behind the scenes, the staff that provide a business that supports our elite teams. For those of you who have come into our live stream and trying to get a sense of what those other areas of the club are. So we, like any business, we have HR and IT and finance, legal, sponsorship, marketing, communications, digital, sports science, medical, facilities management, and it goes on and on. And it's always one of my greatest pleasures to be able to recognise the greatest achievements for the year. And we have two winners, one actually from the football department and one also from the broader administration area. And I think this one we put this to staff votes and have a look at the accomplishments. And this one is really a no-brainer. This gentleman was the W League coach, as we mentioned before, premiers and champions, undefeated all season, nominated Coach of the Year for the whole of the W League. You couldn't get a better coaching performance ever anywhere than Rado Vidicic this year. So congratulations, Rado.
Absolutely fantastic, and we do have Rado here with us, so that's good to see. Of course, we're going to speak to Rado a little bit later on when we do talk about the W League side. Rado, it was a fantastic performance by the W League team again this year. Of course, a few girls heading overseas, but that really doesn't detract from what was another fantastic season.
No, yeah, absolutely. It has been a fantastic season, and rightly you're saying that they're all gone now and playing in Europe. They have been great service, great loyal service for our club for many years. They believed in the way that we want to play. They shown great work ethic and dedication, to make this club as good as we have been for the last 5 years. So it's been a privilege to take such a great bunch of players and achieve such great results with them.
Rado, you had the ladies playing some exceptional football, which speaks wonders about yourself and your coaching ability. What's the secret? Tell us. What's the secret?
Well, I think the secret is that we haven't got too much time to prepare for the season. Some of them come a few days before the season starts, so it's all on the run. They have all been amazing, and I think their qualities are the ones that gives us all this advantage that we've got. I think the club has been fantastic for all these players that come and they spend time with us. They really enjoy every minute that they have spending with us. And as I said, they are showing great deal of loyalty and determination when they come to be successful at our club. And I think that's the main secret.
Of course, we already mentioned that a couple of the girls are heading overseas, such is the talent in this Melbourne City side. We saw Ellie Carpenter overnight become the first Australian female to win a Champions League. What does that say about the program and the way we're bringing these women and this talent through that program?
Look, this is a great generation in Australian women's football, and we've got so many great players that are now achieving their goals to play overseas, and now it's up to W League clubs to produce the next generation of young players that will equally good represent their clubs and equally good represent their nation. And I think that is the next challenge for all of us.
Hey, Rado, well done. Really fantastic work from you right through the year, and a fitting, deserving winner of this award. Brad is going to rejoin us now because, Brad, I know that you mentioned there was a football winner and then a very special lady in your own administration office.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, mate. I'm going to take a quick liberty to also just do another thank you. Something I think is really passionate for me, that the ordeal that all of our players, all of our staff had to leave home, uproot home and head to New South Wales in the hub. And what they've done in doing that is left, loved ones, wives, partners and families behind. And I'd just like to do a special shout out to all the partners, wives and families who let the players and all the support staff go to head off on their quest for silverware for that period of time. Can only imagine. I know many of you have got 3 or 4 young kids, and it's a massive undertaking. So I just want to thank you all the partners out there. We really, really appreciate it. So thank you. The final one for me is in terms of the administration area. This is a lady who has been with us for some time at the club and has worked to incredible standards. She looks after our sponsors and all their contracted deliverables. She has an incredible step up, high responsibility this season, and has also helped across all areas of the club. She coordinates all sponsor activations on match days. It's not uncommon for her to, we clock up, she wears a garment on match day, and she normally would walk 15 to 20 kilometres just going back and forth across the stadium on a match day, which is quite remarkable. Anyway, it gives me great pleasure to announce the other Employee of the Year, Nikki Drost. Well done, Nikki.
Yeah, fantastic for Nikki to be given that award. It just is what football clubs are about, isn't it? It's not just the players on the field and the coaches, it's the backroom staff as well. Really just brings everybody together. We also do have one more club award coming up. Of course, a thank you to Brad for helping us out this evening. But first, before we do get to that, let's take a look inside City in the community. We've already seen some of what they do with citizens giving currently at the forefront, but that's not half of it. Of course, they have had to change the way they operate during COVID-19 by adopting delivering programs remotely. But this is how we have reached the lonely and disadvantaged in our community as well as our members. We've developed virtual education programs for primary schools and I speak football participants. Let's check out what the staff and young leaders have been up to this year.
Don't even siren.
How are we?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Well, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Just always make sure that every game you play is always at the best you can. Just believe that there's someone watching here and you need to impress them. Just take that mentality to every game. I didn't give it 99%. I gave it 100.
Hello, boys. How are you?
Good, how about you?
I'm better now. I get to speak to two Melbourne City fans. Hey, how are you?
Good, you?
How are you going during this tough time?
It's really boring.
Are you one of the big fans?
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. Well, it's a pleasure to talk to you.
On Mother's Day, I'll be running around my local park to help support breast cancer research.
It's a great cause. Please join us.
Halfway, should I stop? I can't speak.
This program is going to teach you about healthy eating and lifestyle choices.
Sleep plays an incredibly important part in day-to-day health.
Stay healthy and stay safe.
City and the community and the club value the countless volunteers who work for the club. On City Live a few nights back, Nat, we spoke to a guy by the name of Blake Henderson. He's an absolute ripper. He's just a shining example of some of the work the volunteers do right in the community. Last year we had more than 200 volunteers work and gain experience on match days, community events, corporate events, office work and training sessions too. All Melbourne City activities. Brad, we're going to cross back now to you, mate, because you're going to present our Volunteer of the Year. This is an award which seeks to acknowledge those tremendous efforts in the volunteer community.
Yeah, thanks, Clint. Yeah, look, the volunteers are part of the fabric of the club, and we wouldn't get match days or half the things we do done without them. They're incredibly loyal and a fantastic asset to have with us around the club. They express an abundance of enthusiasm, and we've got lots of great stories of volunteers that ultimately end up working for us. So there's a great story in there. This one is one also that it was a resounding success. So this went all to staff vote, player votes, all the staff in the club, and this gentleman was like a tenfold winner in terms of the number of votes was attributed to his name. So this one is our club dietitian. He's worked almost all of our Melbourne-based A-League games and W-League games to support the nutritional needs of the playing group on training and game days. Although the A-League team departed the hub in New South Wales, Michael continued to volunteer his time, helping by advising on meal plans and dietetic programming while away. So this one, I think you all know who it is. Without further ado, I'd like to congratulate Michael Vastatilli for winning this award. Well done.
Yeah, huge congratulations to Michael. He is the Melbourne City Volunteer of the Year. And of course, a big thanks to Brad for helping us out as he has all evening. Now, in a season that featured several standout performers in the W League, head coach Rado Vidicic and his side secure the 2020 Westfield W League Championship following an invincible season, which also saw the side crown 2020 Westfield W League premiers. The record-breaking victory handed City their fourth W League championship in just 5 seasons.
It's staggering.
It's amazing
staggering.
when you look at the talent in that side. The W League Awards, well, they were presented to the players after the season concluded back in February. Of course, the grand final being played without fans, which was disappointing, but they did get through the season before COVID really hit home. Player of the Year, Ellie Carpenter, who we've already spoken about today, plying her trade over in France, of course. Player of the Year, as voted by her teammates, was Rebecca Stott. The Coaches Award went to Melissa Barbieri. Golden Boot was Emily Van Egmond. Now, let's just take a look back at some of the highlights from the 2020 W League season.
To Amy Park for the title decider in the Westfield W League as premiers Melbourne City play host to Sydney FC. Two within Van Egmond still left. The Catley crosses in, and that's gone instead of Catley. Melbourne City captain has the opening goal in the grand final. Pass Simon at the ready, backs it over, goes over Bledsoe, hits the crossbar. Bolted forward, Adrian Williams will cover to clearance. She does, very close. Beautiful ball through for Clark Simon. Just the keep it. Bates Simons. He's a jump right of the post. drops to the ground in perhaps relief, but also in celebration. It's been another stellar season, undefeated all the way through to the grand final. And now it is Melbourne City that are celebrating a record 4th W League title, the most successful club in W League history.
Massive congratulations to Rado, who we heard from a bit earlier, and the W League team. Impressive achievements, undefeated. It doesn't happen too often.
No, absolutely. It doesn't get much better than that.
Let's move on to our A-League awards. There's a gamut of awards to look forward to tonight. Dream Street Rising Star, Etihad Supporters Player of the Year, Golden Boot, and finally the Player of the Year. After the presentations, we'll be speaking to all the winners and asking all the hard-hitting questions. But you might be able to see the main man in the screen there, in the plasma screen. It is Eric Mombert, the head coach of Melbourne City. As we say hello to you, Eric, good evening.
Good evening.
Now, tell us about your feeling tonight as you reflect on the season. You must stand here tonight a very proud man.
Very proud about the season.
Yes, I'm very happy with the season. Very happy also with the style of play. We have set up all year, and we have played the grand final. We try to do our best, and the result wasn't positive, but I think we have to be proud about what we have done over the season.
We're just having a few issues hearing Eric there, but we're going to push through because he is the head coach. So we're going to try and get through to him. Eric, it's been a season like no other. The players, the coaches have been thrown so many challenges. Just how impressed have you been with the resilience of this group and what they've shown since the season was postponed and then you did have to move into a hub?
Impressive. How do you talk about the team, how well they've worked in the hub?
They have done very well. They have done very well. Have the chance to manage a staff and all players were able to play this style of play and to get the best result. And I'm very impressed with the quality and also the attitude of our players.
Great stuff, Eric. Thank you very much for that. We might try and check in with you again very, very shortly. But Nat, look, there's so many ways, as I mentioned, to get involved, one of which was the raffle online as well. Raffle tickets selling right now. Some great prizes to be won as well. Lunch with the players at the club training ground. That'd be nice. I'm not too sure what they're going to cook up for us.
I'm not too sure I really want them to be cooking anything for us.
No, you do. Also a night for two and a round of golf at Silverwood's #1 golf and lifestyle resort on the Murray River, courtesy of our partner, and thank you to your support, Lotus Living. There's a 300 Puma voucher and much, much more. Or, of course, you can donate as well via the Citizens Giving fundraising page. Many ways to get involved tonight. We're going to try to improve that link to Sydney. But Brad Rouse, he rejoins us now live from his lounge room. Brad, you've got a few more awards to hand out right now.
Yeah, sure, Clint. The first one is Rising Star Award. So this is a medal awarded to the player at the club whose development has most excelled over the past 12 months. In selecting the winner, Melbourne City coaches nominated a player who's established themselves as one of the up-and-coming talents to the club, taking steps forward in cementing his spot in the senior side while taking into consideration the age of the player and his overall conduct, whilst also representing Melbourne City. I think this one should come as no surprise. And it gives me great pleasure in announcing Connor Metcalf. Well done, Connor.
Hey Brad, that's a terrific achievement. Tell us about Connor, and I mean, we know a lot about him, but what have you been impressed by so far this season?
Yeah, look, I think the amazing thing about Connor, when he's been given the opportunity, he's just come on pitch with all 4 cylinders, and he's just stepped up and taken every opportunity he's been presented before him. And we're very excited. I think he's an absolute incredible talent, and I think he's got a bright future in football, and hopefully a long time with our club.
Hear, hear. Well said.
You're absolutely right, of course. Just one of the many young players that we have been celebrating. There he is. He's there with the great man himself, with the coach himself. Hello, Connor. Congratulations on your award. He looks thrilled. I think he's pretty excited about that.
He's very happy. So is Eric. Eric's proud as punch.
Absolutely. All right, let's move on to the Etihad Supporters Player of the Year. Of course, we went out to the supporters. You got to vote on your favourite Player of the Year, and the votes, Clint, they are in. And this season's Etihad Supporters Player of the Year is a man who is quickly become a fan favourite. Let's have a look what the fans did have to say. Well, I think that that's probably fair enough.
Pretty emphatic, isn't it?
I think that the fans may have that one right. Of course, thank you to all our fans for your loyal support throughout the year. Of course, it has been a fantastic time, and I think it's fair to say that Jamie McLaren...
Jamie's been winning a bit lately, hasn't he?
He's a worthy winner.
Yeah, he is a worthy winner.
He's done all
He's
right.
got a golden boot. He's got another shiny trophy tonight. Brad, Jamie's going to have a lovely haul of trophies, isn't he? Since he's stepped foot in the club 18 months ago, he's brought this, not just the energy, but this amazing professionalism, this great vigour as well, on and off the pitch, it's worth noting.
Yeah, look, he's just a penultimate professional. Everything he does, the way he approaches training, the way he approaches recovery, the way he approaches teammates sets the example. And you just look at his track record. Every time there's been a pinch moment where we need someone to deliver, Jamie's done it, and he's done it in spades. Is absolutely incredible. So absolutely delighted in his performance. It's been outstanding, and I think to get the golden boots and to be also the Etihad supporters' choice is well deserved. So congratulations to Jamie.
Perfect work. No surprises. We're struggling to get a link out of Sydney. I mean, they're not good at that sort of thing.
No, they've always struggled. They've always struggled a little bit. We know that Melbourne is superior. Just
exactly.
don't tell them. Don't tell them. They don't like being told these things.
Okay, now we're going to announce another award right here, right now. The Etihad Supporters Player of the Year.
Gets it back from Najarine, and now the scraps. Jamie McLaren playing with such confidence off the back of his success with the national team, and he brings it to the A-League. Tees one to the back post, and make it two. Jamie McLaren, he's won the Golden Boot before in the A-League. He has designs on another.
Heel of Diamante, John Rowe, little sandwich through for Jamie McLaren. And the back is back. He's racing onto this ball here. The angle is there. Oh, what a finish, Jamie McLaren.
First start of the since round one. Decent ball in. Jamie McLaren like he never left. Berlanti, good ball in. McLaren! He's got two in each and every A-League game he has played this season. Oh, McLaren! We have the first ever hat-trick in this fixture. Jamie McLaren, 7 goals in just over 2.5 games of A-League football this season.
Gets Lopar, and McLaren does not miss.
Against the keeper, blasts it home, and he is outright top.
It's Lachlan Wells to pull it back. It's Jamie McLaren. He just cannot miss, can he? Two for Brera and McLaren.
As Wales into the area, picked out Berengay. They ask for a penalty. They may not need it. The ball is bundled home. His head down at the time. Here comes Kurtzo. Look out. McLaren's been gifted one. He's going to roll home number 2. And Melbourne City's third.
Slips it through for Berengay. Oh, this will be a wonderful goal. What a goal by Melbourne City. It's maybe the winner for Jamie McLaren. That's extraordinary work.
Down the middle he goes. Behind McLaren for 1-1. And he has his hat-trick. The first hat-trick ever in this fixture. Oh, mistake from McGowan. McLaren, can he capitalise? Oh, brilliance! Outside of the boots to take the lead in the Golden Boot race. Deflection for McLaren to rise and make it 2. Jamie McLaren, the first of 20 in the 2019-20 season. He's outright top in the Golden Boot race. And a chance tucked in. Look who's on the spot. 22 for J-Mac. The Golden Boot definitely his this season.
Yeah, Jamie McLaren named the Supporters Player of the Year. Understandably so. He was a goal-scoring machine for Melbourne City this year. He was also the Golden Boot, as we already know, 22 goals in 23 games. He saw off a host of other contenders. You already mentioned Bearsant Barisha, Adam Lafondra as well, who we saw in action last night for Sydney FC. So Jamie McLaren, our very own Golden Boot.
You might have got a hint of where we're going with this one, but we're nearing the end of the formalities. So officially, we're going to present our A-League Player of the Year for the 2019-2020 A-League season. And Brad, I guess it's absolutely no surprise to us in the studio. Probably not a surprise to you at home either that Jamie McLaren is our Player of the Year.
Yeah, what an incredible season. Most deserved winner. He's just delivered every time. Has been, incredible goals. If you have a look through that footage, there's some mind-blowing goals there, world class, and I think we're very privileged and delighted to have Jamie on the team. He's certainly stepped up this year, and we look forward to seeing more goals in the future. So congratulations, Jamie. Well done.
Absolutely. Just to recap, hat-trick against Central Coast this year. There was a very handy goal in February's Melbourne derby as well, Brad. I might have seen you out of your seat for that one. Not one, but 2 braces against Western United. Perhaps an even greater goal on semi-final night from Jamie McLaren as well. He just oozes professionalism, and he's a sensational player to have in the Melbourne City fold. Nat, your thoughts?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we've said it all night, an absolutely worthy winner. You know what I really like about Jamie McLaren, though? The way he talks about wanting team success.
Yes.
That's the thing that's driving him. It's not those individual accolades. It's the idea of, getting a championship. I think he said he hadn't had team success since he was about 15 years old. Yeah. So that's the thing that's really driving him. Of course, we do have him standing by in Sydney. We have had a few issues getting in contact with the guys up in Sydney. I think they're having a little bit too much fun in the hub, but we do have Jamie McLaren standing by. Jamie, fantastic season. Obviously not the result that you guys were after last night, but it really is a time to celebrate what's been almost 12 months, a fantastic 12 months.
Yeah, thank you. Hugely honoured to receive this award. It's been a tough 12 months, but, I'm so proud of this group. I'm so proud of the club, of how we've carried ourselves, getting to our first ever grand final, the highest points tally that this club's ever had. We should be incredibly proud, but ultimately I want to thank everybody that's involved in this club from the top to the bottom. The sponsors have been fantastic. Our fans, who unfortunately couldn't watch us live in the final series and see us do our thing. But ultimately, it's down to how well this club's treated us as players. You can see the period from post-COVID coming in. They've looked after us. They've made sure that everything, the playing that has driven us this period. So I'm so proud to be obviously a Melbourne boy playing from a Melbourne club, and just honestly grateful to.
Hey, Jamie, I loved one of your quotes a few weeks ago. You said, in big moments, I have to step up and own the moment. Does it make it a little bit easier when you've got just a fine team of young men and an expertly led by a great coach in Eric Mombert? Just talk to us about this team that we're building at Melbourne City.
Yeah, it's a collective. I think I've loved working under Eric and PK this year. We've set out a fantastic squad. From top to bottom, it's been fantastic. Every single player that I've had the opportunity this year has really grabbed it with both hands. And you saw last night the amount of boys that have played and made their debuts this season is something they should be really proud of, and they really need to kick on. But as I get older, I start to realise that the collective is more important than the individual awards and squad and a belief I had from Eric and PK. So. And I just want to say thanks to the medical staff who looked after me when I tore my hamstring. They got me back in tip-top form to hit the season, hit back running again and scoring goals. And I want to make sure that everybody knows that from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate everything you guys have given me to able to win these awards and score these goals.
Hey, Jamie, we're not seeing you, but we're hearing you loud and clear, which is a good thing. Just a couple more while we've got this link up and running. Who do you think's influenced you in your career most? And I think I've jinxed it.
It would be my dad. He's an ex-professional himself. When I was growing up, he's gave me the basics of football, what it takes to be a winner, what it takes to improve daily. So a huge credit goes to my old man. I love him so much. I've, not been able to live with him since I left as a 15-year-old. But every time we, kept in contact, he's always drove me to improve as a player. And, he'll always say that I always can score more goals, but that's just the nature inside him. So,
Jamie, we speak about the last 12 months, of course, how fantastic it has been for you from a personal perspective, 22 goals in 23 games. Just how do you use that to really springboard towards next season and potentially going that one step further in the upcoming A-League season?
I won't change myself. I'll just continue to believe, continue to drive the boys around me who are ultimately fantastic footballers in their own right, and drive the younger boys, the younger attacking players who want to get to a higher level or want to start to play more for this club or play more in this league. I believe the older I get, more experience that I want to pass down to the younger players. But for me, I just want to kick on. I really want to see this club win something. It means a lot to me being a Melbourne boy and a proud Melbourne boy to play for this club, and they gave me, I believe that I owe a lot to this club, and like I said, it's just been a fantastic season. But we need to go on better next year, and we've got a fantastic foundation for that.
Hey, Jamie, you'll be returning to Melbourne very, very shortly. Congratulations on your achievement tonight, but also what you've done for the last 18 months at the club. Just a one to leave. Who's missed you more, your fiancé or Simba?
Yeah, it's a tough question. Look, I'm probably going to say Simba. I think Eva's probably enjoyed this time away from me. She's been able to have a tidy home and all that sort of stuff, and some spare time to herself. But look, I miss both of them. It's a huge sacrifice that we made, and every single person, within this hub should be so proud of, leaving their thank you to all the partners and families and kids at home who've, accepted the position that we're in to the greater good of the league. So we just can't wait to get back to Melbourne and see our families again.
Well done, Jamie. Congratulations on everything you've achieved, mate. Superb stuff tonight. Congratulations to Jamie McLaren, of course. A sweep of awards tonight: the Golden Boot, also the supporters Player of the Year, and then also the Player of the Year too. By the way, the winner of Jamie's Golden Boot, the replica Golden Boot, was
one and only
Bootsboy 77. Bootsboy 77. What a username! quite fitting.
Yeah, he knew. He knew exactly what he was out for.
Could have been some awkward usernames that come up, but that one's a very appropriate one. And can I say, so far, $10,719 raised. This is great support from the City fans.
This is absolutely excellent, but we can still do more. So get on there. We're donating. We're building what is such a fantastic club.
And dollar for dollar,
exactly.
It is being matched. So that's a lot of money in the kitty. And there is a raffle, obviously, that you can get involved with too here on Player of the Year Award Night. Thank you so much for your time tonight. We're going to have more to come, more reaction from our players on our social media in the coming days, maybe a little bit later tonight as well, once those people from Sydney get their technology sorted, hey?
Maybe eventually we can see a little cameo from Simba as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's a lovely dog. Yeah. Great to see Jamie McLaren. Congratulations to you, Jamie, and congratulations to the entire A-League, W-League, Y-League team and the staff at Melbourne City. Nat, it's been great. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, Clint.
Good to see you, and thanks for being with us here on Player of the Year Night.